Hey everybody, Max here, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Walmart exclusive Jody Shooter Craig. She's a part of the Night Force subline. Came out late 2023, if I'm not mistaken, and just kind of been holding off on getting her. Was not, I don't know, wasn't really, I won't say not impressed. I don't think she's a bad figure or doesn't look good. Just wasn't one I was really interested in, but decided to finally pick her up when she's been sitting around 15 bucks on Walmart for the longest time, and I had a few other things that I wanted to pick up and wanted to get the free shipping and all that. So hey, throw in an extra GI Joe Classified into the mix and calling it good. So yeah, it's she's a good figure. Don't get me wrong. I think that there's some reuse, but also some new, from what I can tell. The accessories are kind of a mixed bag. This figure was made during the time when a lot of the weapons were very gummy and very soft, so that is certainly seen here. However, there's a lot of things to like about the figure. Um, so the box back in the era when things were plastic free and therefore stupid. So you couldn't see what was in there, and we know that this was a bit of a disaster with people ordering things and then getting the wrong thing. You know, the box would be filled with rocks or ketchup packets or whatever. So anything with the figure. So I'm glad to see that the plastic-free packaging is gone. However, I do like seeing the dioramas and the picture of the figures and stuff like that that we're getting on the backs of the new boxes and everything. So anyway, this is the box. She's number 90 in the line. So we have advanced quite a bit since she was introduced. She comes with three different hair pieces. So she's part of the Night Force. So she gets the um, gas mask, and she comes in the box with this on. So pretty good paint, and pretty good detailing and everything. She's got black hair with some, I don't know if this is supposed to be mud or brown highlights, I guess. So yeah, and then two different hairstyles. So she's kind of got the hair pulled with she's got the bangs on the sides, the ponytail in the back, and so anyway, there's that. I actually prefer this one here with the braids on top. She's supposed to be a expert marksman, and makes sense that she would have a hairstyle that would keep her hair out of her way so that she doesn't foul the shot or anything. So yeah, this looks pretty cool. She got a really great head sculpt, and but let's talk about the accessories before I get into that. She comes with this honkin' huge rifle that is almost as tall as she is, and therefore I kind of feel like this is a bit unrealistic. It looks cool, but like I said, it's very gummy. And even though it came sandwiched between two pieces of cardboard, the barrel was still warped. I did have to heat it up, and it's still warped, so because it's just so soft, and it's bent in the middle a bit. It looks good, but I wouldn't mind seeing this figure reintroduced in a retro card with something better than this, or something with better plastic, or something that's at least. I just can't imagine a woman her size, carrying around a rifle this huge. This thing probably weighs 25, 30 pounds. That's a lot to carry if you're hoofing it through the bush. So anyway, kind of feel like it's a little unrealistic, but it does have pretty cool detail. I wouldn't mind seeing it again, maybe give it to Zartan or something down the line if it was made better. It comes with a dropout magazine, so there's that. And she comes with this little bitty knife that's very flexible, and she's reusing the Lady J arms, and these hands, the knife doesn't fit, so the hands are just too open for the knife to really fit. So it's just basically going to be there for decoration, unless you swap out her hands or maybe heat them up and form them into a fist or something like that. It looks cool. I do like the vest. It's very I like it's a kukri knife, so I do like the vest quite a bit. And it's got these pouches in the front, and this looks glued on And then, oh, she comes with this back kind of a attachment for where the rifle can go. So, well, let me just, so the rifle can peg in like so. You rotate it around, and she can carry it like that. So yes, there's that. And she comes with a really interesting, kind of pretty cool sidearm. I don't think we've seen this before. It has support for blast effects and everything. So surprised we haven't seen this pistol again. But ports into the holster very well. I think the barrel is a little wide for it, but it fits snugly, so it's not going to fall out. So, and then she's got this floating belt that does not come off, and I'm probably going to take it off because it just gets in the way. I'm either going to glue it down or I'm going to get rid of it. But it's got pretty good detail, pouches, straps, all in this kind of greenish gray. Like I said, she's got Lady J's arms, but she's got obviously darker skin, tattoo on her forearm. Pretty cool there. And I just checked, and she also has, and now I'm having trouble with her legs. The legs, most of her leg art come from the Snake Eyes movie Scarlet figure, but from the shin down, these are new. And she has these, I guess, what are we calling these? Like mil-spec Hey Dudes, perhaps? So, government issue Hey Dudes. And I have the heck of a time getting my female figures to stand up straight for some reason, probably because their feet are smaller. Scarlet's feet are kind of rounded. So I got these little, what are they? Figure Labs action figure stands, and they come in very handy for those pesky figures that just don't want to stay standing up straight. So yeah, makes it a lot easier to pose and keep them upright. So let's see, articulation. She looks down not very far and looks up not very far. But I will say that it's a great face sculpt. And let me zoom in a little bit. Oh, wait. There we go. So, pretty good face sculpt. Even though she was not in the Real American Hero, the original Marvel run, she was just kind of a placeholder. There was always this like 13th member, right, called Shooter that we never saw again, but it was really just a reference to Jim Shooter, who was the editor on the ARAH series. And I think she was introduced in one of maybe the IDW, not IDW, Devil's Due perhaps. So somewhere in a different continuity she was introduced as a character. So anyway, limited articulation in the head other than just side to side. And the neck seems a little, yeah, there's a floating neck in there, but it's stiff as a board. So I'll probably have to work that up. Pretty good butterfly joint. I don't know if the torso's, yeah, I guess this has to be new because that is one piece. It's like the vest is mainly one piece, and then these pouches are glued on. So yeah, but pretty good butterfly joint, I gotta say, for this figure. And if you're familiar with Lady J, pretty good T-pose too. A little wobbly in the bicep cut, but the elbow joints are pretty good. A little stiff on the lower portion. And now that I think about it, now that I'm playing with it, the plastic feels a little gummy, but pinless joints and everything. I happen to like the Lady J figures. I've heard people giving it, at least I got some good ones. I think the retro Lady J is better than the classified one, even though it's exactly the same. But yeah, these arms are a little janky, and the elbow joint. And so I wouldn't mind seeing a updated version of Shooter down the road, something with new tooling. She's got a vertical hinge on the right, Lady J's hands, both vertical. So they rotate around. So they got, usual stuff. Like I said, the belt gets in the way. She's got a, well, yeah, there we go. So she can turn at the torso, and she goes back that far, forward not a whole lot. Like I say, yeah, this belt has got to go. And then she can swivel at the waist. So yeah, just a little stiff. And she kicks up that high. I do like the legs quite a bit. She gets good splits, drop down hips, like what we've come to be used to with GI Joe Classified. I like the thigh guards there. That looks pretty cool. Like I said, it comes from the GI Joe Classified, or I'm sorry, the Snake Eyes movie Scarlet figure. And she kicks back that far. And then there is a shin swivel. And her mil-spec Hey Dudes only goes forward that far, but it's pretty good. And then rotates around. Haven't seen these feet on anybody else since this one came out. So that is Shooter. She's okay. I'm going to go ahead and give her a warp factor of, I'm going to say 6. She's a little rubbery. She looks good. The sculpt is good. The reuse of the parts is good. And I like that we've seen this torso on the Coral figure, which the only new thing about that figure is the face sculpt. So when she's just standing here, she looks really cool. But then when you start to play around with her, she just feels a little gummy. So yeah, she's not the best figure out there, but not the worst. And because of how unrealistic this and flimsy this thing is, I've been toying around with other weapons, other sniper rifles from other lines. So we've got this Russian sniper rifle with an integrated suppressor. This comes from the Valaverse. I think I got this with, I think it came with some kind of weapons pack, but it fits okay. These hands are just not that great. They're just, they're a little too open, but she looks a little better with this rifle. And this rifle's just cool. It's an integrated suppressor, so, and they don't think you can still get them, but not in the States, I don't think. But I think they are still made, but it's definitely pretty old. But it looks cool, and so I think she looks good with that. And I'll probably display her with that. There's another one. Here's an MP5, which has a bigger handle, so it definitely works better in her hand. And so since this is Night Force, a silenced or suppressed, rifle would be good. So the MP5 works just as well. So that might work as well. Look at that. And then going back to Classified, let's check out, we got Spirit's hunting rifle. So yeah, that one works pretty good too. So yeah, you don't mind stealing Spirit's rifle. So yeah, so there's Jody Shooter Craig. She's ready to go shooting. Like I said, warp factor of 6. She is not the best, but not the worst. Let me know what you think in the comments section. And, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Really trying to grow the channel. And I know I'm kind of doing a lot of throwback videos here with Classified, but since we've had a wait time here in 2025. So we've got a few more months. So I'm going to be doing some older stuff, things that I have that haven't done videos on, like I've collected them, but I wasn't doing videos then. I may just start doing that just to kind of, take up some of our time and just talk about the line and where it's been and where it may be going. So yeah, so you may see some of these more retro throwback videos from me going forward. So anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Warp Factor of 6, and I'll talk to you guys next time.